The gap in opportunities between the haves and the have-nots, the poor and the wealthy, those in power and those without a voice, has been a hotly discussed issue for centuries. There has always been a social hierarchy based upon economics. The less fortunate are offered fewer opportunities. Horace Mann said that education, beyond all other devices of human origin, is the great equalizer of the conditions of men, the balance wheel of the social machinery. Education is the key to equality, when everyone is educated to their full potential. The difference in opportunities between students creates an achievement gap, when some students are not able to succeed fully. Some point to race as the main disparity that initiates an achievement gap, but the nation has worked hard to dispel racial disparities for many years. Brown v. Board of Education was a 1954 trial that ruling desegregated schools in the United States. More recently, Bush's No Child Left Behind Act has helped American students better reach their full potential.
In neighborhoods across our country, there are boys and girls with dreams, and a decent education is their only hope of achieving them. 6 years ago, we came together to pass the No Child Left Behind Act, and today, no one can deny its results. Last year, 4th and 8th graders achieved the highest math scores on record. Reading scores are on the rise. African American and Hispanic students posted all-time highs. Now we must...
Unfortunately, it is not enough. Since the economic recession, it has come to light that the overwhelming disparity between students is not race, but instead is the level of their family income. The percent of children in schools of low-income families has risen over the country as more families descend into poverty, and students of low-income families face obstacles most of us wouldn't imagine.
Many of you in the last few weeks have gone to bed hungry.
At Castleberry School, students whose families are at the poverty level or slightly above qualify for the free lunch program. We talked with some of those kids with their parents' permission.
Who can tell me what it's like to feel hungry?
It's like hard, you can't sleep, you just like wait, you just go to sleep for like 5 minutes and you wake up again and your like stomach hurts and you're thinking, I can't sleep, I'm gonna try and sleep, but you can't because like your stomach's hurting and it's because it doesn't have any food in it.
And it's like a black hole, and sometimes when I don't eat, my stomach, you can hear like it's like growling, you can hear it.
Usually we eat macaroni or we drink water or tea.
My mom will sometimes like make food and then she won't have enough, so at night we'll just eat cereal or something. Other times my parents will fight about money because they don't have enough money to pay the food.
We have to sometimes take food from a church. It's hard because my grandmother's also out of work and we usually get some food from her.
It's kind of embarrassing because the next day you go to school asking kids if they want this or if they want that. If they have cereal and they haven't opened it yet, you go ask them if they want their cereal.
We found a lot of families are making a choice between food and electricity.
How many of you have had the lights turned off at your house? How do you study when you don't have the lights on at home?
We have emergency flashlights and I usually have to use them. I'll just light candles and sit around in a circle of candles.
Candles? Yes, ma'am?
I use candles because my mommy brings some.
I'll go out to the car and turn on the overhead and read out there and study.
Davis is a town with excellent schools and well-run facilities, but since the recession hit, the percent of low socioeconomic students has increased in Davis elementary schools. The increase in low socioeconomic students has brought the disparity to the forefront of most people's minds. Children of low socioeconomic background score lower than those of higher income families. Davis teachers do try to accommodate for disparity in economic backgrounds.
Yeah, as a teacher, I can definitely tell there's students in my class whose families don't have the materials and funds that they need to provide even basic school supplies. So teachers are doing their best to accommodate things like providing materials for students to take home for homework assignments, completing projects in class, and making careful decisions about things like field trips and how we can provide funding above and beyond maybe what parents can give.
Our group survey showed that most teachers believe that reading materials in the home are very important. Teachers in Davis believe that access to personal reading materials greatly influences a child's reading growth. To help close the economic achievement gap, schools can help by running book drives for their community. Anyone can help. A junior high student, age 14, ran her own book drive last fall to help Davis students.
Hi, I did a book drive to help Davis kids be able to read like I've been able to as like a childless person. And my book drive was actually really easy. I just sent out some Facebook invites and a few text messages, and I collected over 150 books, which helped over 15 families, which was really great because reading's a great thing that's necessary in a child's life.
According to our survey, teachers believe that in addition to reading materials in the home, parent involvement influences a student's academic growth. Teachers in a Davis survey observed that low-income families generally have lower parent involvement in comparison to their higher-income peers, though no one believes that those parents care less about their children or their children's success. A possible solution to the disparity in parent involvement would be to make the schools more of a community center for any family. Schools can figure out what resources parents might need by asking them. By acting as a resource, the schools loses any intimidation factor that may be associated with it and can then work with parents to increase involvement in their students' academic careers. Increasing parent involvement and increasing access to reading materials would help shorten the economic achievement gap and in turn help equalize the opportunities for all children. So help fulfill the potential in every child. Participate in book drives. Make schools less of a school and more of a resource. Encourage your schools to run community events and make your school accessible to anyone and everyone.